Welcome back to Leicester News TV, and today we're going to first look at also consider triggering £21.4 million release clause for Porto ace Jesus Corona, and then we're going to look at also making James Maddison top transfer target despite Leicester rejecting £70 million transfer bid. So the first transfer headline states that also consider triggering £21.4 million release clause for Porto ace Jesus Corona. So the reports are stating that Arsenal are interested in signing Porto winger Jesus Corona and are considering triggering a £21.4 million release clause in the midfielder's contracts. The 28-year-old helped the Portuguese Giants to the quarterfinals of the Champions League last term and provided an impressive 13 assists in 48 appearances in all competitions. Corona is primarily a right winger, but his ability to play at right back is another reason that he has caught Mikel Arteta's eye, with the Spaniard keen on replacing Hector Bellerin. Also signed Willian on a free transfer from Chelsea last summer, but the Brazilian has failed to impress in North London, and the Gunners are open to offers for the former Shakhtar Donetsk man. Corona could therefore replace Willian if Arsenal accepts a bid for the Brazilian, and Corona's £21.4 million release clause is seen as relatively good value, while it would make the deal easier given there would be no need to negotiate with Porto. However, Arsenal face competition from Sevilla and Fiorentina for Corona's signature, according to the Daily Mail. The Gunners may consider bidding below Corona's release clause as he only has 1 year left on his current deal at the club, but the Gunners would risk losing out to a club ready to pay the £21.4 million fee. Mikel Arteta wants the club to complete their transfer business early this summer to avoid a repeat of last year's chaotic final day when the Gunners signed Thomas Partey at the last minute. So it looks like Arsenal are considering triggering £21.4 million for release clause for Porto ace Jesus Corona, and Jesus Corona could be seen as the long-term replacement to Hector Bellerin, and his versatility to play at right back and at right winger is something that Mikel Arteta needs from his players, as you can clearly see that the players that we have been linked with, such as the likes of Ben White, have the ability to play at right back, have the ability to play at centre mid and centre back when it comes to Ben White, and when it comes to Jesus Corona, he's someone that could play on the wing, and he could play as a right back as well, and he could be a right wing back as well if Mikel Arteta refers back to that 3-4-3 formation or plays with a back 3 back 5. So when it comes to Jesus Corona, he's someone that does have that £21.4 million release clause, and Arsenal can pretty much go through the same manner they went in to try and get Thomas Partey, where they spent that £45 million release clause that was asked by Atletico Madrid. They didn't have to do no negotiations with Atletico Madrid at all, and they can just go straight into the transfer, splash the cash and get the player like we did last summer. But when it comes to Jesus Corona, he is someone that only has 1 year remaining on his current deal. So if Arsenal spend that £21.4 million, could it be seen as good value? So that's why Arsenal could bid much lower at £15 million or £10 million, even though he has that £21.4 million release clause, but they also face competition from other teams. So this nicely takes us on to the second piece of transfer news, which states that Arsenal make James Maddison top transfer target despite Leicester City rejecting £17 million bid. So the reports are stating that Arsenal wants to bring in a creative midfielder in place of Martin Odegaard, who has returned to Real Madrid following a successful loan spell. James Maddison has reportedly emerged as Arsenal's top transfer target this summer. The Leicester playmaker has attracted interest from the likes of Manchester United, Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur in the past, but has shown loyalty to Leicester City, who have now forced their way into the top 6 following back-to-back 5th places. Madison arrived at the King Power Stadium from Norwich in the summer of 2018 for a fee of £20 million. Now, he is believed to be worth around 3 times that, but Leicester City have no interest in selling him. Despite a persistent hit problem, Maddison managed to register his best ever goal-scoring campaign in the Premier League after hitting 8 goals for the Foxes and assisting a further 5. Mikel Arteta wants a player who can provide those kind of numbers from attacking midfield, and the Gunners are likely to land Martin Odegaard on a permanent deal. The Norwegian sparked the likes of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Alexandre Lacazette into life last season, following his arrival on loan in January. Yet, he is now set to stay at Real Madrid as Los Blancos embark on a new chapter under Carlo Ancelotti, who knows Martin Odegaard well from his previous spell at the club. According to the Daily Mail, Arsenal have made Maddison their top target as they look to launch an audacious swoop. He will not come cheap though, and the report cites that Leicester City are said to have rejected a £70 million offer for the 24-year-old last summer. The identity of the club that made the bid remains unknown. Leicester City remain in a strong position when it comes to keeping their best players, but their failure to secure Champions League football for a second successive season creates a window of opportunity for clubs who can afford that. Arsenal, of course, are not one of them, but if Madison fancies change, the move could still appeal to him. The Gunners were interested in adding Emiliano Buendia to their squad, but the Argentine instead opted to join Aston Villa. Joe Willock, who became the youngest player to score in 7 consecutive Premier League appearances last season, while on loan at Newcastle United, he could be a big part under Mikel Arteta next season. He's been on the fringes of the Arsenal squad ever since Mikel Arteta arrived, but his form with Newcastle United is hard to ignore. AC Milan's Hakan Çalhanoğlu is another player Arsenal have looked at. The Turk could yet stay at the San Siro, although he is technically out of contract at the end of the month. So it looks like Arsenal made James Maddison top transfer targets, despite Leicester City rejecting £70 million bid. And when it was linked previously or the day before, where James Maddison was seen as a transfer target for the Gunners, it looks like something that has excited Arsenal fans who long wanted to bring in Jack Grealish to this football club. But it looks like James Maddison, someone that has similar calibre to Jack Grealish and was unfortunate not to make the England squad, he is someone that could be in this Arsenal football club this summer transfer window and make the move from Leicester City to Arsenal if he wants to have change at a football club, he wants to have a new surrounding and challenge and be under more pressure at Arsenal. So when it comes to James Maddison, we will have to wait and see if Arsenal are going to put the money where their mouth is and actually make a move for James Maddison. Thank you for watching the video. At least we have something important to celebrate. A record 14th FA Cup win last year. Make sure you click the special link that I've put in the description and comment FA Cup if you bought one. Hit the like button if you liked the video, subscribe, click one of the videos on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.